Good evening, Tallahassee. This is student meteorologist Josh Millay here with your Monday night weather forecast. So as we are seeing cloudy skies all across the region. No beautiful sunset that we're going to see, unfortunately, but nonetheless, very nice conditions to go outside and take a walk. We are at 53 degrees, cloudy skies overall. We do have a slight wind though at 10 miles per hour, but just as long as you carry that jacket, nothing to worry about. Some showers are coming in from the east and cross city, so it will be a little bit heavier, but it will eventually start to work its way through. Tonight, showers overall that'll be light, but by the time you wake up, they'll be gone and out of the area for clear and beautiful weather tomorrow. And then overall, as you expect throughout the rest of the week, it's just going to be very nice, although we might have some showers coming through. And then tonight, 41 degrees, it'll be partly cloudy, but then as we go into tomorrow, as we go into the rest of the show, we're going to see some many cool things such as National Weather Person Day being today. We'll have ample sunshine this week, and we'll have a very good possible chance of stormy showers on Sunday. All that more on FSU weather.
That's right, folks. Welcome back here to the Monday show on FSU Weather. I'm student meteorologist Aaron Stray here to also open up the show with cloudy skies behind us. So layer of clouds moving right here across the evening hours here across Tallahassee, 53 degrees under cloudy skies with the north wind at 10. So you might have noticed that chilliness in the air here this afternoon. It's because we've had the sun that moved away and now we have the clouds in place, really making it feel closer to 53 degrees and more of that chill in the air. So the temperature almanac for today, we did hit 65 degrees this afternoon. I should say that's earlier this afternoon before we had that cloud layer to come through. We did rise up from a low of 47 degrees earlier in the day today. So overall, generally speaking, we actually had an above average low temperature today and then a right around average for our high temperature. And again, we're nowhere near that record high of 83 in 1927 or that record low of 14 in 2009. It's actually not that long ago. Wow, it's really cold there. But across the area, we have temperatures remaining in the middle to upper 50s. Actually, a couple of 40s here as you make your way into Georgia, Thomasville, 49 degrees, Tallahassee, 53, and then down near Apalachicola, 59 degrees with that marine layer influence. Current dew points are also sitting relatively dry here in the 40s. Maybe a little bit more muggy as you go down to Apalachicola there at 51. Current local radar is dry at the moment, so even though we have the cloud cover there, do not worry. We don't need those umbrellas as for the moment right here because we are not expecting much on the way of radar. Most of the precipitation is going to stay off to our south near the Tampa Bay region. Here across the tri-state area in the Big Bend, we should be expecting those relatively rain-free skies this evening. Our future forecasts here, we expect perhaps a sprinkle or two as possible as we get into the day on Tuesday tomorrow, but then that should eventually clear out of the area and actually make way for that sunshine to come out, making for a really nice day tomorrow across the Big Bend here of Florida. So really tomorrow will be a really nice day to enjoy the day here. So if you are going to have some coffee with your cat tomorrow, it actually will be a little bit cold here, so you might need to snuggle up there with your cat there tomorrow morning. 41 degrees under partly cloudy skies, so make sure you get those cuddles and that caffeine in tomorrow morning. You'll make your day feel really good as you head out the door tomorrow. So also another question is what to wear. So tomorrow we're supposed to get into the middle 60s, so make sure to perhaps have a light jacket. Might be pretty appropriate tomorrow as we have, again, those temperatures bringing back into the 60s tomorrow with those 70s returning by the time we get into Thursday, Josh.
All right, so as we take a look across Florida, we are seeing all-around cloudy conditions throughout the entire state. We're seeing some beautiful skies actually in Miami and also some nice skies in Tampa as well. And we're hanging around the mid to upper 60s in parts in the southern part of Florida, and northern parts we're going to the upper 50s. Now, as you're seeing, like I just mentioned, mid to upper 50s in the northern part of our region. We get down to low 60s in Orlando and upper 60s in Key West, and that's the only place seeing any sunshine whatsoever. Now, currently across the state, we're seeing muggier conditions going from Tampa onward southward, and then Orlando northward, we're seeing dry conditions whatsoever. So right now it's actually quite nice, and it's not going to feel as humid and muggy. So I recommend going outside and just enjoying the beautiful weather, unless you are in an area that's getting rained on right now. So if you see in Citrus and Hernando County, especially also Sumter County, you're going to see some heavy rain at the moment, but we also have some showers working its way into southwest Florida, down to Lee and Collier County, and then into Miami-Dade County as well, especially in the western part. So as we zoom into South Florida, we have some showers heavier showers working its way onto the coast from the Gulf Coast, and then going into the eastern part of our area. We're seeing some heavier showers that came through Miami earlier today, but now we're starting to see some lighter showers ease up in time for Miami-Dade rush hour. So as we go into Central Florida, we're going to see some showers work its way into Citrus and Hernando County, and some strong, heavier rain developing in these two counties and off the coast of St. Petersburg. So if you're in those areas, get away from the beach, get inside. You could get some heavier showers and possibly a thunderstorm, as we are the thunderstorm capital of the world. Now, Miami, Florida, for the most part, we're going to have some nice conditions. It will be windy tomorrow morning, tomorrow all day, but for the most part, it'll be very nice outside for the rest of the week. Tampa, looking absolutely gorgeous. I recommend you taking a picture of this. And then it's going to be nice sunny conditions all around, no sight of clouds until Thursday, and we will be warming back up. And then for Panama City, we're going to be seeing cloudy conditions all throughout the rest of the evening tonight, but tomorrow it's going to be nice and sunny. We'll be hanging around the low to mid 60s for our highs and the mid to upper 40s for our lows. So if you're going to be in Panama City anytime soon, just make sure to bundle up, especially for those at FSU PC. If you're taking any late classes, make sure to bring a jacket, as it will be cold. Now, Aaron, what's happening across the rest of the southeast?
Well, that's right, Josh. So if we zoom back out over the southeast here, we're actually seeing kind of a tale of two stories here, as we have Tampa and over to most places of Florida and on the Gulf Coast being kind of cloudy here. So New Orleans at 60 degrees under those cloudier skies. Actually, might even see a little bit of the sun behind before it sets in the background there. Looks like this camera is viewing off towards the east, towards New Orleans. Tampa behind me here, it is cloudy as well in the 60s with the sun sitting behind off to the west. And then Charlotte and Nashville, Tennessee is the place to be if you want to see a really beautiful sunset there, especially in Charlotte there where we had those oranges underneath the purples and the blues up on top of that. So a really great night, evening there across the Carolinas. So the overall weather pattern here across the southeast, we do have some disturbance here across Florida. That's what's been bringing the rain kind of off and on here across much of the state yesterday into today. We have this kind of broad area of low pressure. It's kind of trying to get its act together here across the central Florida. So might see perhaps a few showers if you're driving along the I-75 corridor along the west coast of Florida, as well as even into South Florida too. So if you're along the Miami metro area, might even see a passing shower or two this evening. Current conditions across much of the southeast is remaining kind of on the chillier side of things, especially the closer you are to Tallahassee, south central Georgia over towards about Mobile, Alabama, but elsewhere it's actually staying in the 60s. So Nashville 61, 63 in Tampa, 63 as well in the great city of Miami. So current dew points right now, we also have that drier air in place, kind of the northern portions of that area of low pressure where we have the more drier air kind of filtering in here across the southeast. But ahead of that, we actually have the muggier air here in South Florida to Miami into Tampa. Might see a little bit more of a mugginess factor in your weather as you go out the door this evening. Current winds are also out of the north for much of the area. That's what's bringing that drier air in place here. What's called advection in meteorology here. It's kind of bringing all that dry and that cooler air in place. That's what's going to help us kind of feel more temperate over the next several days or so. So weekend weather map here, we have that air, that spin moving out of the area, so bringing in that cooler air right behind it. So we'll have cooler mornings and mild and sunny afternoons until we get to about into Thursday. We might have be tracking another disturbance here coming in from out of the west, so we'll have to monitor that over the next several days or so. Tonight's forecast, we're going to be sitting down into the middle 40s here across Tallahassee, 30s as you make your way off towards the north, so 37 Nashville, 38 Montgomery, 40 in Shreveport, Louisiana. Tomorrow's forecast looking pretty temperate with those sunshines all across the map here, so 66 Tallahassee, 63 Little Rock, and 67 in New Orleans. But overall, it's going to be like a really great pattern here across the southeast as we go throughout the next several days or so. But overall, great. But we'll have to see what the actual local looks like here as well in better detail, right, Josh?
That's right, Aaron. So as you're bringing it back home, we are seeing just absolutely gorgeous skies. The sun is starting to peek through a little bit. We're not seeing so much of an overcast, like especially over here. If you look at St. George Island, just looking absolutely gorgeous. Now, currently, we are seeing that we have nothing to worry about in the greater Tallahassee region. But if you're going towards cross city, such as taking US 27 or US 19, the roads may be a little slick. So just slow down a bit. Don't try to rush it because you could risk the chance of hydroplaning. And I've been in that situation. It's not fun. Just don't. So tonight, we'll see some showers work its way from the northeast in as a result of that low pressure system that's trying to get its act together, like Aaron said, but nothing super severe in terms of rainfall and the amount you're going to see. And it'll be out of our area by tomorrow morning. Now, right now, we're seeing temperatures hanging around the upper 40s in Thomasville being our low spot. We're getting a little bit warmer near the coast, 59 at Apalachicola being our hot spot, but mainly hanging around the 50s overall, from low 50s to upper 50s. That's what we're seeing all across the area. In terms of how moist or humid it is, we're not really feeling those conditions whatsoever. We're seeing lower dew points compared to our temperatures, and the one spot that you may have to worry about humidity is really at Apalachicola, 51 degrees, a little bit higher, but nothing super moist to be worried about. Even then, I was walking outside this afternoon. It felt pretty nice. So I'd say go outside. Don't worry about the humidity. It will not do anything to your hair, I promise. So tonight, we're going to be getting down into the low 40s, especially 42 in Thomasville. We'll get a little bit warmer around the eastern part of our region at 48 in Perry, but nonetheless, we will be seeing some of those cooler temperatures. We'll be seeing it be colder tonight, and that trend will continue into the weekend. So tomorrow, you won't have to worry about the coolness that we will experience tonight, as we'll get up to 60 degrees tomorrow. It'll be very nice and comfortable to walk outside, especially in jeans. And then going through the rest of the week, we'll mainly be hanging around the 60s. We'll warm up to the 70s by the end of the week and going into the weekend. But we'll also see some lower temperatures for our lows, especially Wednesday and Thursday morning. Also for Sunday, especially Sunday and Monday of next week, you'll have some chance for thunderstorms and rain. So be on the lookout for that and stay weather aware. Now, Aaron, what's going on with our local spotlight?
Well, Josh, we'll be talking about a really gem here across the Big Bend. Specifically, we'll be talking about Lake St. Mark's here across, just pretend that says St. Mark's here behind me, by the way, folks. But St. Mark's here, Florida, it is a pure gem here across the Big Bend of Florida. So looking over St. Mark's here, this is actually near the lighthouse right behind me here, which, by the way, I found out a couple weeks ago, you cannot climb, so don't try and climb the lighthouse, folks. But anyways, behind here, cloudy skies here at St. Mark's, a little bit chilly on the chillier side. So we are sitting at 53 degrees under cloudy skies with the wind at 10 miles per hour from the north. So it may not be the best day to go out to St. Mark's, but if you've been following up with us here, you've been knowing that the sun will come out tomorrow afternoon. So it actually may not be a bad place to go tomorrow past that for the rest of the week or so. And right where this red dot is, right where my finger's at, is where we have the great city of, or not city, but town of St. Mark's here, where the lighthouse is at. Right now, radar is looking pretty dry. The showers are staying off to the south here, so near Levy County and southward. Here across Wakulla County, staying really dry at the moment, so shouldn't have to worry about any bringing that raincoat with you. Now, if you are going to go to St. Mark's this weekend, though, you can bike there in Tallahassee, 16 miles. You should try. I'm sure it'd be a hoot to go do that, especially if you're on the more athletic side there. So you can bike from Tallahassee for 16 miles from here, so that'll be about 32 miles round trip. You can also walk the trail there too. It has many walking trails and access to the beach there. So if you kind of want a calm, relaxing place to go to the beach, St. Mark's will not disappoint you there. Alligator Point is also near there, just down the road on 98. Off to the west here, you can actually go to Alligator Point, which is actually, I found this out today too, it's actually the best place in Florida to see the stars at nighttime. So if you saw the forecast, we're seeing clear conditions here across the Panhandle of Big Bend. Might not be a bad time to go outside and pull up that to go look at the stars there. So a 4-day forecast here across Tallahassee. We're going to stay in the 60s to near 70 degrees. So you can ask for any kind of better weather here across the metro area. Looking really nice and very temperate as we make our way over the next several days or so. But Josh, how are you looking at the weather here? Do you enjoy the 60s and 70s?
Oh, absolutely. I enjoy being able to go outside, wear jeans, because those are my favorite type of pants. I'm a jeans guy, and also I just enjoy being able to walk outside without feeling so sweaty, especially walking to Seminole Cafe. But one thing that's important to talk about today, not just the beautiful weather, but today is National Weather Person's Day.
That's right. Today is a special day to honor those great folks who are in the meteorology field. So first we'll start off with who was nicknamed Mr. Hurricane, Brian Norcross here, a famous FSU alum who graduated back, or actually covered Hurricane Andrew back in 1992 from Fort Myers, Fort Lauderdale, Miami area. And he, of course, he's famous for doing a 23-hour coverage of Hurricane Andrews and was making landfall there in South Florida.
Yeah, that's really cool. Another meteorologist we're going to talk about is, you know her as Stephanie Abrams. She's on the world-renowned Weather Channel, and she's probably one of the most recognizable meteorologists out there. She just has everything locked down, and she's even covered so many things, such as Hurricane Ian, for example, as one of her most recent infamous weather coverages.
That's right. A lot of great folks here at the Weather Channel, and Stephanie Abrams definitely does take the cake there. We also have Neil Frank here, who's been covering storms here from 1974 to 1987 here. Again, one of the greats here at FSU Weather, actually was a former National Hurricane Center director. And then we also have the greatest here, Nancy Dignan, who is the best, I think, in my opinion, best meteorologist here we should be honoring here on National Weather Person's Day.
Yeah, she's an icon. No explanation needed.
I 100% agree. She is definitely the best here, best icon. You cannot ask for a better person to give you the weather forecast. But of course, there's also us here in FSU Weather too.
Yeah, so we have so many alumni. In fact, FSU has been making and producing weather people all throughout the country since 1949. We have so many from Katie Garch in Jackson, Mississippi. We also have some many cool ones from Ariana Whittick, Allie-Ann McCord in Columbus, Georgia, Monique Martinez in Albany, New York, and we also have Jason Corver, just to name a couple, in Burlington, Vermont. So again, we have so many alumni that's come through and just now are starting on their own weather segments across the country. But now let's bring it back over to our slice of the dial. So we have, as you're seeing, cloudy conditions all around, but nonetheless, very nice to go outside regardless and just enjoy the night, because regardless of whether the sunshine or not, the temperatures are just feeling absolutely great. It's feeling great outside to go out, to go play sports, to go on a walk. Regardless, just enjoy the beautiful weather. Even though it's a little cooler, it's nice. Now, tomorrow, you're going to see very nice conditions whatsoever, except now we only have no clouds. So I recommend going outside, although make sure to wear that sunscreen if you are going outside regardless. Tonight, you will see some showers possibly if you're in the eastern part of our region, but they will be light, and we will get down to the mid to low 40s. So make sure to bundle up if you're going to be going outside whatsoever. And then tomorrow, if you're going to Landis Green, right now it's cloudy, but tomorrow it'll be nice and sunny. And we'll be seeing the similar temperatures in the 60s. So it'll be very nice to go outside, nonetheless, to go study. I know I'll be studying outside eventually, but I'll probably be doing it later in the afternoon. So here's Caitlin's dog, Winston. If you have a pooch like Winston, make sure to take them out, I say around 11 a.m. if you can, just because it'll be nice and it'll be warm enough for them to go outside, but also nice and sunny, so that way you're not walking in the dark. Now, if you're going to the beach, we will not be seeing temperatures in the 70s. Unfortunately, that's not the case. They'll be in the 60s, so if you just want to go for a nice walk on the beach regardless, I say do it. Do go around 11 a.m. If you do, wear that sunscreen. And then if you're going for the big game, aka the football finale, then what you're going to want to do is make sure to bring that umbrella, because we are expecting showers on Sunday, and also just make sure you wear that your proper merch for whoever you're representing and whoever you want to win. And then finally, if you're getting ready for this upcoming week, it's going to be very nice whatsoever. Although just remember, it will start to warm up on Thursday and Friday and cool down in the mornings on Tuesday and Wednesday. Now, Aaron, what's going around Tallahassee overall?
Well, just kind of closing things out here before we end the show here. around locally. 53 degrees here under cloudy skies. Not the best of evenings here across Tallahassee, but you know what? You'll make it a great evening this evening. Perhaps staying indoors, watching a movie might be a bad idea this time of the day here. Cloudy skies, winds out of the north at 10 miles per hour, making it feel perhaps a little bit chiller than 53 degrees. So might need a light jacket if you are indeed going out the door this evening. Overall, we're staying pretty dry across the Big Bend, with most of the showers staying off, just off to our northeast or off to our southeast, staying away from us. We should not be expecting any showers in the near term. Perhaps maybe tomorrow morning might be an isolated chance of a shower or two, but overall, those should be pushing off towards the south in a way, as well as that cloud deck, and that's actually showing up beautifully here on our futurecast. Here we have that the clouds and the rain moving off towards the south, leaving us with those dry wall-to-wall sunshine here over the next several days or so. Current temperatures across the area, we are sitting in the low to middle 50s, with even some 49s starting to appear here in Thomasville, Georgia, and into the rest of southwest Georgia. And on the coast, a little bit warmer there, 59 degrees in Apalachicola. Tonight in Tallahassee, we're going to be going down into the lower 40s, 41 to be exact here, under partly cloudy skies with winds out of the south-southwest at 5, so very light and variable winds tonight. Might still need that light jacket as we are again supposed to go down into the 40s. Tomorrow, 66 degrees, sunny. Definitely a contrast to where we're at right now, so definitely go ahead and enjoy your day if you are going out to Landis Green here. Should look pretty similar to this picture actually, except maybe actually less clouds there above Strozier. So our 7-day forecast over the next week or so, we should be expecting those temperatures to stay fairly mild and pretty temperate over the next several days, with 60s on Tuesdays and Wednesday until a brief little warm up into the middle 70s by the time we get into Friday and Saturday, before perhaps warming up actually quite a bit by the time we get into next week with more rain chances.
Yeah, although I will say this, so with the rain chances, I hope it doesn't put a damper on the football finale, because like I'm having a
Finale.
Yeah, finale. So basically, I'm gonna be hanging out with my friends, and we're having a potluck to celebrate the game.
Oh, cool!
But
Yeah.
What are you planning to do for that?
Probably hanging out with some friends as well, enjoying the time, just watching the grand finale, the grand game here on Sunday.
Yeah.
Should be a good one though.
Yeah. For me personally, I'm not a football fan, but I'm down to watch the game. But more importantly, I'm down to see what halftime is all about, because I heard Usher's doing it. So.
Oh wow! I didn't
Yeah.
know. Well, okay, yeah. Should be a great halftime show then.
Yeah, I'm down to see what's happening. Who's gonna also star alongside Usher, or if it's just gonna be an Usher feature.
Well, sure, we'll have to find out then on Sunday. But make sure to follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/FSU weather.
Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/FSU weather.
As well, folks, don't forget to watch us live if you're not already here on YouTube every night at 6 p.m.
Also, follow us at Instagram at FSU weather, and show us your weather pics and your dog pics. We love weather and dogs and cats too.
Right, for cats and cuddles.
Yeah.
So should be really fun there. But again, have a great evening. This has been student meteorologist Aaron Sray.
This is student meteorologist Josh Millay. Have a good night.